All right, in this tutorial, I'm going to talk about typography and some of the things that you can do with type. We're going to create a title for our poster, something we're going to communicate a message. Maybe it's a name of a business, or maybe it's just an idea that you want to share and express with it. Either way, we're going to start out with the type tool. We're going to click one time, and we're going to type in our phrase. So in this case, I typed in the word lasting, like this, and then I scaled it up. Remember, hold the shift key when you do this, otherwise you'll distort the text. The first thing you want to do is think about the font that you want to work with. This one's called Chi, and it has what's called a variable font, and there's all kinds of different like positioning to it. But this one's a little bit difficult for me to read, so I'm going to work on finding one that's a little bit more interesting to me. This is a big heavy one that I used in another project. I can go ahead and filter through this stuff by clicking this button right here, or I can click on the Find More button, and Adobe will activate the fonts inside of the application that are available to us, and then you'll see them on the side. Now, there's a whole bunch of them in here, so it's difficult to go through. So you may want to filter out some of them. So classifications, are you looking for things that are sans serif, without serif? These little guys are called serifs right here. Or do you want ones with serifs? Do you want some that are even width but have serifs? Do you want some that look like flowing or calligraphic marks? Do you want decorative fonts or handwritten fonts? Or maybe some that have even width to them? Or maybe you want some old school black letter fonts, whatever you want, you can pick from here. Whether you want them to be thick or thin, all that stuff you can choose from in here to filter out some stuff. So I'm going to go, let's look at some decorative fonts, and these might be a little bit too over the top for me, but you can just kind of thumb through them. I like this, but I don't like that the background of this is transparent. That won't show up that well unless I put something else behind it. So something to think about. There's Amboy. That one's interesting. It's kind of a hat. Oh. Let's see what else is there. Let's kind of go through them and see. There's so many options here. It's important to kind of like take a moment. I like this one right here. It's called Black Currant. And to download it, I'm just going to hit this button right here. It says activating. Once it's done, you can just select the font. So I'll click on it, and now I have this font. I like this for this style right here. I'm going to duplicate this like this and type in the word vision, and then I'm going to adjust this just a little bit. Changing the height and width of the letter here. And then in the next step, what I want to do is I want to think about the positioning. Where is everything going to go in relationship to the other things? You could play around with the spacing in between the letters. You can see in this one they kind of have the letters overlapping each other. I'm going to play around with that in here too. So adjusting the tracking, which is the space in between the letters, just pulling this closer. I kind of like them a little bit tighter like this, and then maybe just a little bit of work right here, and I'll reduce this spacing right here, and then yeah, see how that's just adjusting these two letters right here. It's not adjusting everything, it's just these two right here. And then yeah, it looks pretty good to me. I'm going to select both of these now. I'm going to right click and say create outlines. And that's going to turn those from letters into shapes. The next step I'm going to do is join those together right here. Click to unite. And now you'll see that all these are connected together, and this is one shape. The L and the A combined together are one shape. The S and the T are one shape. Anywhere where they overlapped previously, they are now connected as one shape. The next things you can do is you can think about, there's all kinds of things you could do here. You can transform these letters by using some different tools here. So we have the transform tool, and if you don't see that up immediately, it looks like this. So I went into these three little dots down here, would say edit toolbar, and I'm going to grab the free transform tool. The shortcut's the letter E for it. And it brings up this little menu that looks like this. And this tool, you can do things like distort text. So you can change the size by grabbing the size. This is called the perspective warp. You can also free transform the shape. So anything that you want it to look like. Maybe if you want to go like, maybe like this. It's kind of cool. I like the offset look to it. Ooh, I like that. It's kind of cool. It's like leaning out towards us. It's perspective also, but it's leaning out towards us. Okay, I like that design right there. Now I got to think about the color scheme, right? So what is the color of this going to be? I'm going to go just purple right here. And then using tools that we already know, we're going to do the same thing. So just like we created the sticker on the outline, I'm going to go to the object menu, go to path, choose offset path, and we'll get this line around the outside. Stuff like this, I'll show you how we can change this where there's a really harsh like angle coming out of the top here. I'm going to reduce the amount of this down to about 10. If you're getting this where it's kind of jumping from flat to super spiky, you can increase what's called the miter limit, and this will allow that to pop out a little bit further without cutting off the corners. I don't like it when it cuts off the corners like this. But likewise, I don't really like the extreme angles here, but I'll show you how to fix this in just a minute. So press OK with this. We have two copies of this thing. So right now they're grouped together. Ungroup. I'll show you. There's too much going on there to do this right now. Hold on. Let's take a look in the layers. So here's what it looks like. And if we open this group up, we're going to look through here. And then you'll see this is what we're working with right here. We've got all of this, which is overlapping. So the ones that are underneath are the offset path. The one that's on top is the original letter forms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, I'm going to hold the command key down and click on everything that's underneath. So the bottom layer here with each one. I'm just going to select underneath. Just holding the command key down like this. And then with those selected, check this out. I'm going to unite these together. And I'm gonna pause right here because it's getting busy in here. So I'm gonna just pause for a minute and then come back to the next part of this video. Okay, thank you.